WNBA free agency is ongoing, and a move happened last night that has been my favorite of the WNBA free agency period. There have been many moves. However, what the Indiana Fever did last night got me so excited. The Fever, if you haven't been paying attention, they are really active in ensuring that Caitlin Clark and company have a true contending lineup next season. A contending roster. They have Caitlin Clark. They have Aliyah Boston. They made sure that they re-signed Kelsey Mitchell. That was a big one. They acquired both Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner. They traded for Sophie Cunningham. They still have Lexie Hull. And now they have made a move that is literally my favorite of WNBA free agency. They have signed Sydney Colson, face of the WNBA. If you know, you know. She has spent the last 5 seasons in Las Vegas. She won 2 rings there. First and foremost, on the court, she gives the Fever a backup veteran point guard. And you might look at Sydney Colson's stats and be like, oh, she doesn't really give that much of anything. She doesn't score. She's averaging like 2 points a game. That's fine. The Fever do not need another high-volume scorer. They need a veteran backup point guard who can help manage that offense. But more importantly, Sydney Colson is the funniest player in the entire WNBA, and I can't believe that they let Caitlin Clark get Sydney Colson, because not only is Caitlin Clark one of the best women's basketball players we've ever seen, she nails all of her interviews. She has had the poise. She has handled the transition from college to the WNBA and all the stardom around it so gracefully. And now she's going to have the best content in the league. The Fever are going to have the best content in the entire WNBA next season.
And probably be a
contender.
Be
a favorite? Are you saying it?
I don't want to. I would think Vegas is still the favorite. Whatever the Sun were, they're done now. Move the Sun all the way to the bottom. So the Fever absolutely jump above the Sun. Remember when all the games we were getting in the WNBA, the first week of the season, 2 weeks of the season, was Sun Fever? So move the Sun all the way down. I like what the Aces have done in the off season, and Asia Wilson is still there, and to me that's the best player in the game right now. So I would think that the Aces would start off as favorites over the Fever.
Yes.
And the Liberty. But outside of those two, I don't think it's anybody else. I think that the Fever have gone from worse for the past 6, 7 pre-Caitlin Clark, 6, 7 years of just being awful, to getting Caitlin Clark and being like, oh, that's a playoff team, to now legitimate title contenders is what this Fever team is. That's Jacob. Don't pay him any attention. So yeah, I think if we did the odds, I'll look them up. But if we did odds on WNBA championship, it would be Liberty, Aces,
I think it's the
Fever.
Aces. Adding Jewel Lloyd is... Now, granted, the Aces have lost a handful of peripherals, including Sydney Colson, including Kate Martin, who's been lighting it up in Unrivaled this offseason. I'm intrigued. But I will say, they're going to let Caitlin Clark be funny on top of it all. Because when you're with Sydney Colson, you're inevitably linked in the funniness. Ask Asia Wilson.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.